Now, we've done a lot of gear reviews on this channel, and we've also done a lot of BTS job shadow type videos as well. Now, this video is about the SmallRig VB212, but I realized quickly that this isn't just a battery. So a better way to show you how it actually performs than with a dope shoot. This video is sponsored by SmallRig, and stick around to the end if you want to see the final cinematic video. So what do you get when you take pretty much the most successful camera accessories brand, SmallRig, and you pair it with a gear-centric YouTuber like Caleb Pike? If you don't watch DSLR Video Shooter on YouTube, you're missing out. He is so informative, so thorough with his reviews, and he gives you the gear that you actually should be caring about. Now, those two came together and co-designed this battery. And yes, I know what you're thinking, because the first time that I actually saw this battery, in my mind, I'm like, what would you possibly change? It's just a battery. It's a V-mount battery. Like, what are you gonna do to make it better? I'm telling you guys, by far, the best V-mount battery I have ever used. And I don't even like V-mount batteries all that much, and I take this with me everywhere. So typically when you look at a V-mount battery, it's usually a slightly awkward shape. It's made fully of plastic, so it's not grippy whatsoever. And it has, you know, a D-tap port and maybe like a USB port. So when Caleb Pike and SmallRig came together, they kind of redesigned this from the ground up. The outside has a nice grippy, rubbery texture. You can set it on a table, it's not gonna slide away. You get 2 D-tap ports, which we use to power our rig. And on the top, you get 5 more ports. So those USB ports are actually fast charging. You get 140 watts in a single USB port. So if your laptop dies and you're on set, that'll power it up to 20% in a few minutes. And those barrel connections are great for powering monitors or any other device that uses that connection. And if this is fully dead, it'll charge to 100% in 2 hours. So the reason that I got so hyped on this battery specifically is because we had been working on actually kitting out our FX3 rig, and it needed the perfect battery that could power the camera itself, the monitor that we'd have on it, and then any other accessory that we needed to attach. So that motorcycle spec video was actually shot completely on this rig, and powering the whole thing is that VB212. Let's break it down. Sony FX3, 16 to 35 millimeter G Master, SmallRig half cage, FX3 handle with SmallRig extension, SmallRig side handle, that 15 mil rail support base plate, a couple 15 millimeter rails, SmallRig matte box with variable NDs, a D-tap to NPF-Z100 dummy battery, HDMI cord, the Atomos Ninja V, SmallRig monitor mount, Rode NTG3, SmallRig tripod, SmallRig V-mount battery plate, and of course, the VB212 battery. Now, I do think it's kind of ironic taking a camera as small as the FX3 and then rigging it up so it's just humongous, but it's so fun to shoot with. And by the way, it's not always rigged up, but on a shoot like this, it's the perfect setup. Some days, yeah, you do want just a bare bones FX3 on a gimbal. But generally speaking, I'm actually shooting handheld, and when you take a camera that compact and you try to shoot a handheld, it totally works. But I always say the best handheld footage comes when you actually have a few points of contact. So your 2 hands holding the camera, and then with that VB212 battery, it's actually pushing up against your chest. So suddenly the form factor of that FX3 isn't small like a typical mirrorless. It's actually more comparable to maybe a Red Komodo or just another box camera. And it's hella fun to shoot with. Holy f***, that was so sick. So of course, a V-mount battery is best used mounted to a cinema camera, no question. But like I said at the beginning of this video, even if you don't shoot V-mount, just the sheer convenience of having power with you in your backpack, these crazy POV shots that we got, I wasn't quite willing to rig up the FX3 for those, so I took the ZVE1, but I actually completely forgot to charge those batteries before we even went on set. At least not until we were in the car, like pretty much at the location. So I popped them into the charger, plugged them into the USB-C fast charging, and within like 30 minutes, they're ready to go. Now we went super light on that POV stuff because, again, I would rather break a $1,500-ish camera over a $3,000 camera every single day of the week. That thing is 100% gonna fall off. Can you turn off the mosquito noise, please? I don't think it's doing anything. All right, okay, we are good. Good stuff, gentlemen. We threw a little half cage on that ZVE1, top handle as well, just so we had a couple more mounting points. And then finding a spot to actually clip that camera was pretty hard. We played around with a few different spots on that motorcycle, and then eventually we landed on clipping it to the front mirrors, which had me a little bit nervous, but hey, it worked. Did a few runs, actually found out that the wind was pushing up against the lens so much that it was increasing its focal length from that 15 all the way up to the 35. And naturally, we didn't have gaff tape when we actually needed it, but we did have scotch.
Tape of scotch.
Holy shit. All
Scotch
right.
tape, very nice.
All right. When you don't have gaff, you use the scotch. What?
So is this on the course?
This is the course, yes. I highly recommend. So I taped that up, and on the third round, we got the shot. I will say it did not come without any casualties, though. Is it bad? Damn.
Okay. I'll have to look how much of these it's this.
I will pay for a new one, Taste.
Swag. Swag.
That foot rig, though, was actually the most stressful, I think. We took a clamp, a couple magic arms, and then a suction cup. And guys, as simple as that shot is, it actually might be my favorite one. Now, I know SmallRig is sponsoring this video, but I've actually been using SmallRig for the last 10 years without even realizing it. They've just always been the brand that has the cage, the attachments, whatever accessories that I need. So I don't feel bad about what I'm about to say, but in my opinion, no matter what you shoot, what your kit looks like, there's 5 accessories that you should get. And yeah, they're all from SmallRig. Number one, and probably the most important actually on this list, is a magic arm. The magic arm is actually what allows us to mount our camera to pretty much anything, get a lot of crazy cool angles, and then also get some really cool POV shots. We've done a ton of those over the last few months. But the best way to actually attach that magic arm to your camera and then to whatever else is either with a clamp or with a suction cup. On a window, anywhere with a flat surface, best way to go. And a clamp you can put on pretty much anything else. And if you're doing crazy rigging like what we did with that motorcycle, in my opinion, you want at least 2 points of contact, ideally 3. But most cameras, they only have that single 1/4-20 screw at the bottom. How do you fix that? With a cage. It could be a full cage, it could be a half cage like what we have on the FX3, but what that does is it gives you multiple 1/4-20, 3/8, you name it. Now that's 4 things. My new 5th favorite accessory that you should consider if you're actually kitting out your camera. If you're run and gun, you already shoot V-mount, it's the VB212. Those other 4 things are gonna unlock a whole new world of creativity. But that 5th one, it's gonna keep you charged. So without any further ado, here's that cinematic video. So SmallRig, thank you for sponsoring this video. And guys, I have links to everything from this kit in the description below. And if you need help actually figuring out what gear to buy, or maybe you already have your gear and you're trying to figure out the best way to use it, go check out Time Filmmaker. It's the ultimate online film course with over 700 plus tutorials and a huge community of filmmakers all there to support and help each other. And yes, I know you can watch videos like this on YouTube and you can search whatever you need to learn about how to use your camera. But the difference with Time Filmmaker is a condensed curriculum. Because frankly, you might not know what to search and you don't know what you don't know. But in Time Filmmaker, we go through sequential order. So we're hitting every important element of making content, laying out what gear to buy, how to actually use it, how to get cinematic footage, how to edit, and how to film pretty much any genre of video. So if you want to check that out, hit the link below. And as always, if you have any further questions, please let me know.